OK, let's get the latest on the COVID outbreak in Sydney after that additional positive case was reported yesterday. Our reporter Ruby Cornish is in Sydney for us this morning. Ruby, good morning. COVID restrictions are back in place across Sydney. Take us through what's changed.
Yeah, g'day Ben, they sure are, and these are restrictions that most New South Wales residents will be pretty familiar with by now. When the Premier announced them yesterday, she didn't give us a whole lot of grace period. She announced them at 11 a.m. and they came into force at 5 p.m. last night. And they will stay in force until at least midnight on Sunday. So I'll take you through what they are. First of all, mask up. You must wear a mask at all indoor venues now and on New South Wales, public transport. Also, if you're going to have people over for Mother's Day, make sure it's not more than 20 people. There is a maximum of 20 guests per residence. If you are going out for Mother's Day, keep in mind that you cannot stand up with drinks in venues. You must sit down. And there's also a ban on singing and dancing at indoor venues. That includes places of worship as well. Now, the Premier says that this is a light touch approach. She says it is a proportionate response. And in fact, yesterday she took the opportunity to have a swipe at some other states. She said that if this was Queensland or WA, we would be in lockdown by now already. So she's encouraging people to get out and enjoy Mother's Day, but just take those necessary precautions and follow the restrictions that are in place.
Now, of course, the worry is that we still don't know how this got from hotel quarantine out into the community. There are more details about the source of the infection, but the search for that missing link is still going on.
Yeah, it is. Yesterday we heard about a further case of community transmission, which perhaps unsurprisingly is the wife of the man who tested positive on Wednesday. As well as that, we've had genomic sequencing underway, and that has shed some light. We've had the viral sequence matched to a returned traveller from the US. That returned traveller stayed at the Park Royal in Sydney's Darling Harbour, but only for one day because they tested positive on day one of their stay and they were moved to special health accommodation. Now, Chief Health Officer Kerry Chant says that it's not yet known how that virus got from the returned traveller to this man in his 50s, and she's concerned that there is a missing link there. Let's hear what she had to say at the press conference yesterday.
We can't find any direct link between our case, so what we're concerned about is that there is another person that is yet unidentified that infected our case.
Chief Health Officer Kerry Chant there, and so the concern being that this returned traveller passed the virus on to a mystery person who passed it on to this man in his 50s, who passed it on to his wife. As well as we have some new venues added to that list of alerts on the New South Wales Health website. It's always a good idea to keep checking that site periodically. But the venues that we had added yesterday include 2 restaurants, the Fratelli Fresh, the Sydney CBD Westfield, and also the Bondi Beach Trattoria, which is right here on Bondi Beach. So keep checking those venues. Make sure that you are isolating and getting a test if you have been to any of those venues within the time windows listed. And also, if you have any symptoms, get a test. There are testing clinics all over the city, including here at Bondi Beach, and they've had their hours extended to allow for greater numbers through the doors, Ben.
Thank you, Ruby Cornish, on a glorious morning in Sydney at Bondi Beach.